Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I'm back for Inktober again today. We're on the last full week of the month, and the prompt for today is expensive. I didn't get to look at this until just 20 minutes ago, maybe even less than that. So the first thing that came to mind was like jewelry, rings, a crown. So I decided that I would draw a crown, just make it up as I go. And then to make it a little more interesting, I'll draw it on the head of someone. Just a random character. I think I'm gonna do it this way. Sort of like this. And the tools I'm using today are these sets. Since I was doing a crown, I thought that this would be the better set because I'm using two different specific sets of tools that I didn't know what they were going to be, so it's a little extra challenge. Since these are metallic ink, I thought they would be perfect for the crown. I am going to do a little bit of a pencil sketch to begin with. Since it's going to be a human character, it needs to look, the proportions need to be good. Not sure how to put words to what I'm trying to say, but I've done a couple of these Inktober so far where I just drew it all freehand. And one of those was last week. I drew a skull, but with a... here's some noise from outside. Hold on a second. Huh. That's strange. Does that sound like wind or rain or something? There's nothing. It's still outside and it's sunny. Oh well. Anyway, I don't feel confident in drawing a face freehand in ink. So I'll just do a little pencil sketch to begin. Maybe I'm making an elf. Give it pointy ears. Give this character pointy ears. This is why I did the pencil sketch. Still not that good at just putting the facial features on at the right height, or the right space from left to right. Still need more practice with that. That's why pencil is nice, because it's more forgiving. Oh, Jeremy! Welcome! I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. Thank you for joining me. How are you? Wow, it's so nice to have someone pop up and join me so soon. So early. Usually it takes a little while for people to log on. making the nose too narrow. I think that's what's bugging me. Let me get the chin a little more defined. And maybe thin this cheek a little bit too. It's a day off, can't complain. That's a good way to be. Did you finish your Inktober already today? You usually finish yours before me, I've noticed. Okay, gotta make sure not to spend too much time on the character, because the subject of this is the crown, the expensive crown. Still not happy with this nose. Oh, you haven't finished it yet because of Soul Calibur 6? What system are you playing that on? Is it a multiple system game like it has been in the past? Okay, still not happy with this damn nose. PS4, Xbox, PC. PS4. Good choice. Are you liking it? Is it good? I mean, if it's eating up all your time, I must assume that it's good. Why don't I make the noses bigger than I want? Come on, let's do this. Stop making the nose so big. Alright, that's good enough. Good enough, good enough. And since it's an elf, gotta have that long, beautiful hair. You like how they added to the battle mechanics. It's the easiest one for new players to get into. Well, that sounds good for me. I've never been good at fighting games. Always been just a button masher. So it sounds like it's a game that I could play and feel somewhat confident in. Do they have any special crossover characters in this one? I remember the last one I was excited about. I think it was 3 because it had Link in it. Ha, speaking of elves. Okay, so there's like crowns that come down the forehead. So I'm going to start with that kind of shape. always thought that's really defines the face well. So let's see, the head's going like this. I better draw the whole head because I need the whole head to be able to tell where the crown should be sitting. Oh, Link was Soul Calibur 2. See, it was so long ago, I can't even remember. Ancient. It's so long ago, and yet it feels like only yesterday. Geralt from the Witcher series. I hope I pronounced that right. I don't know. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. If it's who I'm thinking of, that guy is so popular. I don't know what else I'm going to do with the crown. Let's just keep going that way. I'll have it curve up from it. It'll be smaller as it goes towards the back. The Witcher series is damn good. I haven't played it yet, but I know it's extremely popular among like everybody who has played it. That's why I even know of it, because people just post about it all the time. I'll make this an uneven, like spikes, but they're going to be uneven heights and not symmetrical. As we're curving around the head here, they ought to get closer together just because of perspective. And then I will, where's a good spot? Add another one right here, because it's curving around the head. And one more right here too. A tinier eraser than this. Boop. Alright, that's a good start, but need more than this to the crown. Even the side quests have thought out writing. That's good. I like that. I love when games have really good stories. Maybe when I'm caught up on my incredible backlog of games that I've already spent hundreds of dollars on, I will pick that one up and try it out too. Ugh, that's the problem with living in this, like, I don't know if you'd call it golden age, because maybe that's already been used, but I feel like it's a golden age of gaming, where there's just so many options, and they're coming from worldwide. Games are being made all over the world, and they're getting more and more accessible. If you want a game that was made in a certain country, you don't have to, like, just hope that it's localized. You can often just get it, and especially with the games on the Switch, I don't know how it works on other systems, but a lot of them even come with English translations. You just switch on, you buy it from the Japanese store, but it has English available. Well, the only bad part about all of that is that we just have too many good games now. There's not enough time. I'm just going to do simple hair. Simple hair because the point of this is the crown. Of course, the crown's gotta have some jewels in it. Really help it look expensive. Right. Money for games, but not time. Exactly. And then that's when the backlog happens. Because it's also, I've sort of learned over the years that if I want something, if I'm interested in something, I should buy it when it comes out, because there's always the chance that eventually it won't be available anymore, even though it's like a cult favorite now or something. And if you want to buy it, you have to pay like 10 times the original price and pay like $200 for a $60 game and stuff. Had that happen, and not just with games, but that's part of the reason why I keep buying games even though I haven't finished games. It's bad. It's bad for my wallet. And it makes me feel a little guilty. Just feel kind of guilty for not playing games and games sitting on the shelf and then buy a new game anyway. And have some cool, like, floating jewels. Since it's an elf, I feel like they could do that. My ruler is just shaking. Shaking in my little tea tin. Makes it look like candles, actually. That's kind of cool. Still kind of sticking to the asymmetrical theme, just fitting in jewels wherever they fit. The only problem is I made some of these rounded, but I think I actually like the square cut look better. just try and remember to ink them in a square way. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good. I have one little... I'll echo those circles I did at the top. I'll echo that down here at the bottom. Let's see, it's already 12:06, so I'll just stick with this simple sketch and start inking. Though I want to make this a little bit bigger for the hair. Okay. This is the smallest of my pens among this group. Sometimes it splatters ink because it has a really weird nib. Well, I hope it doesn't do that this time. I just remembered how I finally started watching the new season of the Ace Attorney anime. And they hired to be Godo's voice actor, the same voice actor as Sanji. Like, I was dead. It was time to die. Didn't even recognize it at first because his voice is so much more serious, but he's so silly. Like, they still have the coffee cup come out of nowhere and into his hand across his desk and everything. This makes me laugh so much. It makes me want to really start replaying those games again. Like, just to, because they even use the same exact sound effects and everything. Like when someone realizes something, it goes ping. Exactly the same. I love how they have the extreme, like, whoosh, like the air, when they say objection, it like actually is blowing everybody away and stuff. Like it's a hurricane. It's such a good adaptation. I think it's pretty much a perfect adaptation. I didn't have any problems with the first season. I mean, they did hurry through it a little bit because they fit the first two games into one season, but I don't know. There's nothing big wrong with it. So I'm really happy. This second season's already starting out really good for me. But there's only 3 episodes out so far. I guess it was nice that I could watch 3 episodes in a row last night. It's like they know you. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, that's her favorite character in One Piece. Let's get his voice for her favorite character in Captain Saibon. Once I looked up his voice actor, then I could immediately hear it. It was immediately the same as Sanji, even though at first I didn't recognize it. And of course, Phoenix Wright's voice is Todoroki from My Hero Academia, so that's always crazy because Todoroki is like cool and collected, knows what he's doing, and Phoenix Wright is like, oh, like he never knows what he's doing. Especially with this start of this season, because he gets knocked out and he really doesn't know what he's doing. Even though even though I know everything that's gonna happen, it's still it's especially just as funny as the games. Some parts are even funnier because I guess it didn't come across as a joke when I was just reading it, but when I hear someone saying that and animations doing reactions. Wonder when the new episodes come out. It would be so lucky for me if they come out on Monday. But I've got plenty of... At first, when the new season anime started coming out, I was like, there's not really anything new that I want to watch. But I realized that Crunchyroll doesn't list all anime even though they don't have episodes. They only list them as they get episodes. Unless there's a promotional video. So there's been some more stuff that came out, like the Honda-san bookshop employee. That one is super funny. I was screaming with laughter at the first episode of that one. It was so good. That first episode was like they knew me. The first episode was like I was in the episode. Like literally I was one of the characters. I think there's a new one of that out too. I didn't watch it last night. Square, 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 square. Okay, now just the rest of the hair. Oop. Okay, now I will erase. I guess I'll do all my black inking first and then I'll use the metallic markers on top. Because if I remember correctly, even if you draw with the black ink on top of them, it just sort of disappears into the metallic ink. Let's see, did I miss any spots? There. Nice and clean, though the dang pen did do a little flick of ink right there, but I just make the eyes dark. It won't matter too much. Ooh, I'm gonna give this person cat pupils. Yeah. Try not to add too much ink to these smaller squares. I want to show that these stones are cut. If I add too much ink, they'll get too like muddy, visually muddy. It's such a small space. I think that's not bad. I'm going to do some lines to make this look like it's a thick piece of metal. Aw, Kiba wants inside my room. It's meowing outside the door. I think I'm going to end up mostly using this smallest pen. So I feel like I want to keep this really clean. Clean and tight. Not all over the place. I'm just going to fill this whole triangle in. Because it's like the area underneath the hair. So it should be pretty dark. like this hatching. Using hatching. So I'll do some strokes up here to show that this is also hair, not like a hat or something. Okay, just going to do my dark outline and then I'll move on to the metallic ink. My dark outline that I always like to do. Yours is done already? It's quick and lazy, huh? That was fast. Admittedly, I've spent longer on some of my other pieces than I have on this one. Earlier this Inktober. It's on the Facebook machine. Good art is not rushed. That's true. I'm always happier when I spend like a whole week working on a piece. I'm always more satisfied if I put that effort into it, even though sometimes I'm like, I don't want to work on this anymore. If I can get myself to stick with it, then I'm always the most happy with the end result. Alright, that's good enough for that. Now, metallic. I'll do metallic eye color too. Purple eyes. It's pretty dark though. Oh well. I'm gonna do silver. Right, these caps don't go on the end. I'm gonna do silver for the main crown color. Trying not to cover the black ink too much. It's really hard though, some areas, because the nib on this thing is really wide compared to the pens I was just using, the black ink pens. So I'm trying to leave some white paper to be like highlights. Looks really cool with the, I don't know if you can see how it, there you go. The metallic is really cool. The metallic effect. I wonder if I'll be able to do some of the other colors on top of the silver. So I think it would be cool if I had the jewels casting a little light, like the light's shining through, and so there's a little colored section on the silver. I should do a 10-minute sketch, a 5-minute sketch, a 1-minute sketch, and a 30-second sketch of the same thing. It's a fun challenge. Oh man, yeah, I could try that. It would be definitely interesting to see the difference. I feel like, I wonder if they did that once in one of my university art classes. They always had us do all kinds of stuff like that, like draw someone without lifting your hand off the page ever, so it's like all one line, and also you're not allowed to look at the page as you're drawing that person. I'm still not quite sure what you're supposed to get out of that, but maybe it's just trying to build flesh memory from drawing. That's the only thing I can think of. It wasn't one of the most valuable things I did in my classes. But it was always fun to look at the results, both when people were way off the mark and it didn't look like anything when they were done, or when it was like, wow, it actually looks like this person, kind of. I think I only did that exercise once. I have a specific memory of the class, and it was rainy or it was a later class, so it was really dark. Okay, let's start with blue. Put blue in these top gems. I'm going to try to leave white so that it looks like reflections on there, like they're shiny, but I can't really get this tiny square shape out of this big nib. Hand-eye coordination, maybe. Yeah. Being able to... I guess it might also have been a way to get people to work past their fear of making a bad drawing. Because if they have to do this where they're not even allowed to look, they're not allowed to take their hand off the page until they're done, then you can't really make a worse drawing than that, I don't think. So maybe it helps. It's like a warm-up, but not like a physical warm-up. It's like an emotional warm-up. Huh, it looks like the colors will show up on the silver. That's good. I feel like I want to make this middle gem red, but this pink marker is so... the color is really dull. I think I'll just leave them all green. I'll make them all green. Top ones are blue. Bottom ones are green. They're so tiny. That looks pretty cool. Let's see. Anything else, or is this good? I'm almost at an hour, so this might be good. I want to add a little more black right here, though. I have hatching in these. Maybe I'll just make them all the way black. So the hatching is kind of blending with the lines that I did to be the hair. So if I make it all the way black, then it will stand out better and show what's what. that particular spoke wasn't standing out good enough. I think I'm just going to call this good. I don't really see anything else I want to do to it, rather than accent his eye a little bit right there. Maybe a little bit. There. Whew. Okay, that's gonna be good. I put this cap on, but I'm gonna use it to sign this and write my what day it was and stuff. And this was Inktober 2018. Day what? What? Oh, 22. And the prompt expensive. There. Man, I could have just drawn a video game. Expensive. Talking about video games earlier. Oh, okay. That is it for today. I'm getting really good at getting these done in an hour so that I can move on to other responsibilities throughout the day. So even though we got started a little late today, I still got it done in an hour, so that's great. And I'll be back the rest of the week at the same time for Inktober. And then next week there's only 3 days that I'll be doing. So I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.